Over the next several years, Canada became the main battleground. The French seized Fort William Henry, which protected two of the British forts, and also gave them command of the Hudson River and northern New York. However, the British took control of Louisbourg, Fort Frontenac, Fort Niagara, and Quebec. The major victory occurred when the French surrendered Montreal to the British. After Montreal was surrendered, there was scattered fighting over the next several years, but the war was basically over. In Europe, Spain joined France in its efforts to defeat Britain. But Britain was a powerful force with a very strong navy. They defeated Spain in 1762. To make up for it, France gave Spain most of Louisiana. In 1763, the Treaty of Paris was signed, and France gave up its claim to Canada. It also gave Britain all of the land to the east of the Mississippi River and Spanish Florida. France lost most of their land in North America. The colonists learned that they were stronger than they had thought and that the British had a powerful army and navy. They also learned that the British Parliament had paid a heavy price in helping them during this war, causing them to go into great debt, since most of the war centered around protecting British land. In the colonies, the colonists would be responsible for paying Britain back. The Proclamation of 1763. Since the colonists had now won most of the land to the east of the Mississippi River, many decided to move farther west and settle there. But this caused more trouble with the Native Americans who were already living on this land. They did not appreciate the colonists settling on their land and were determined to keep them off. In 1763, an Ottawa chief named Pontiac united several groups of Native Americans to begin attacking British forts and settlements. King George III tried to end the fighting by making a proclamation, which is a formal agreement or a formal announcement. This is known as the Proclamation of 1763. In the Proclamation of 1763, King George III stated that colonists could not settle beyond the proclamation line. This line was along the Appalachian Mountains. King George III hoped that this would calm the Native Americans and show his gratitude for their help during the French and Indian War. It was also a way to keep from having to spend more money to protect the colonists from the Native Americans. The king had another reason for his proclamation. By winning the French and Indian War, Britain gained control of the land that provided fur trading, and the king wanted to take advantage of this. He needed a good relationship with the Native Americans to expand fur trade, so most of the trade would come through Britain. Colonists were not pleased with this proclamation. They felt that the king was siding with the Native Americans. They had fought the French and Indian War to keep the French from blocking them, yet now the king was doing the same thing. Most colonists ignored the proclamation and continued to move west. So, the fighting between the colonists and the Native Americans continued.